want to take a trip down Paradise Road, but it ain't that pretty, it ain't paved with gold. Everybody's got the dirty little secrets, everybody's got some things unknown. But if you ain't real careful, baby, it'll cut you down to the bone. Under all those bright lights, you've gotta learn to ignore the glitter. It's all about fight or flight, and you don't wanna do either. So go on down to Paradise Road, it'll make you wish that you were young. But all it'll do is make you feel old and regret trading in your love for lust. It's all just a big charade, it's all just one big game, and it ain't about love, it's all about the thrills. It's about staying in the hunt, it's about going in for the kill. So head on down to Paradise Road, that's where your friends are now. They're the people that nobody knows. So go ahead and make your big show. So live it up on Paradise Road, just don't let anyone know. It'll be your dirty little secret, it'll be your guilty little pleasure. Living a secret that the whole world sees, hiding in plain sight among the scum and the thieves. It's so damn hard to ever be pleased. Everyone wants to live the good life, everybody wants a piece of paradise. But where would you run? Where would you hide? What would you do to buy a little more time? Grandiose dreams of happily ever after are really just another day's end. And when the sun goes down, you just lay there wondering, can you really do it all again? You're praying for one last shot, you're hoping for one last big win. Paradise Road is calling, so you better hurry along. Paradise Road is calling, so you better hurry along. It's time for the Ttucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time, oh yeah. The Ttucker John Livestream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Ttucker John Livestream. Gonna be a good time, gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit, hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack, gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Well yeah, it's the Ttucker John Livestream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Ttucker John Livestream is the best thing you've ever seen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Ttucker John. All right, so test, test, test. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully the microphone is on and working. Give me a big old thumbs up so if you guys can hear me. It is 11:15 a.m. Pacific Time Zone here in beautiful Las Vegas. We are sitting at a temperature of about 99 degrees. Supposed to get to 106 today. It looks like blue skies out there. So thanks for being with me on this blue sky day. I see Sandy Foltz was first in the chat. Belfast Bob was second, I believe. And Brooklyn is claiming third place, but I see MJ Daniel snuck a post in there just before that. And MJ Daniel from Washington State says that Minnesota State Rep Melissa Hortman and her husband are dead. Starting us off with some cheering news. Are dead, as State Senator John Hoffman and his wife are wounded following a politically motivated shooting overnight, all too fucking predictable. Now, I just heard Hal Sparks over on his show talking about that, and it seems like this was a left wing, one of the left wing loons. Apparently, worked under Tim Walz in some capacity. But we'll get more information on that. It's very tragic, it's horrible, and it's senseless, and it's stupid. And it kind of goes along with how I've been feeling about this whole YouTube thing. What a lot of you probably have no interest in because it doesn't really affect you. But we had in Las Vegas last Sunday a YouTube streamer, a Las Vegas YouTube streamer, in not really broad daylight. It was at nighttime, but it was right in front of the Bellagio fountains where thousands of people hang out, or at least hundreds, and took out a gun and just blew these two people away and killed them. Two other kind of rival YouTube streamers. And it's been on my mind this whole week. I'm still kind of shocked by it. I'm still upset by it. And so I don't know what point I was trying to make, but it's just crazy the things people do, and it's so stupid. People are stupid. That's all. I guess that's my point. Is people are fucking stupid, and I hate people. I don't know, but yeah, it's awful. We'll find out more about the Minnesota case as this goes on. I think they're still searching the guy. I think he got away. I think they're still looking for him. It's awful. That was awful. The thing here in Vegas with the YouTube thing, that's awful. There's some just awful, horrible things that go on. Brooklyn's struggling on the phone. Let's see. And then Brooklyn's talking about this case again. It says, I just read the news. They were so young. Coward gunmen come in the middle of the night to assassinate innocents. Brooklyn, I'm back from Hal and Johnny Million. Now, I know Johnny Million's on right now. I really didn't know Johnny Million was going to come on. I think yesterday he announced it or something. But, hey, it is what it is. I love Johnny Million. Hopefully you guys have two devices if you want to support both shows with likes and with viewerships. What can I say? Just know I love Johnny Million. Okay? I think he's a great guy, great musician, and just a great person. From as far as what I can see, just from knowing him through YouTube. Pam J says, I can't keep up with it. All these guys are going to fry my laptop. Yeah, going back and forth. Deborah Murphy's here. Hey, Deborah, good to see you. Gary, can I call you Gary? I didn't expect Johnny Million on Saturday. Yeah, usually he's on Friday or whatever. But hey, Gary, can I call you Gary? This is a good song and video. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I think you're talking about my little song I made using an AI music maker. But I did plug in, those are my lyrics, and I plugged in as much description as I could to try to get a sound, And that video, by the way, that's all my footage of me walking around, actually off strip. That's on Flamingo. Most of that is on Flamingo, just east of the strip, and there's some of it's on Colville, which is like a block off the strip. The very ending shot is downtown near Fremont Street. So and I thought, and I just found that I was looking for stuff. I knew I had a bunch of Vegas footage, and so I didn't go out. I didn't go out and shoot anything new for that video, which I kind of wanted to do, but since I don't have a vehicle right now, it kind of limits me in what I can do. So I was looking at through a bunch of my old footage on my phone. Everything's on my phone, folks. If this phone, knock on wood, knock on wood. Hopefully nothing happens to the phone because everything's on this phone. But or in the cloud, I guess. But yeah, so I was looking through Vegas stuff, and I just found some of that stuff in my old Vegas footage, and I thought, well, this probably works. It's like kind of walking down the street. It wasn't actually Paradise Road. It's very close because there is a Paradise Road here in Vegas. In case you didn't know, that's the next street over from Colville is Paradise, and I probably do have some footage of Paradise somewhere. But anyhow, I found this, and it doesn't have to be Paradise Road exactly. It's just all kind of metaphorical anyhow. But yeah, so that footage is basically on Colville and Flamingo, and it is right near. And I was going to do a video. There's a shot. There's some of that footage that is right, basically at the corner where Tupac Shakur was killed. So kind of, this song, if you listen to the lyrics, it's a little dark. That song is about kind of being a certain amount of being jaded, I guess, and or getting caught up in certain lifestyles or whatever. And I think having footage in there of where Tupac Shakur was murdered is kind of fitting, maybe. So anyhow, looking at it again, you'll see if you can figure out where in the video is where Tupac was murdered. Speaking of murder, we got murder. Vegas is there's a lot of crazy shit that happens in Vegas over the years. Anyhow, hopefully you guys can hear me. By the way, hopefully I didn't just talk for 20 minutes and no one can hear me. Let me just do a check here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you guys can hear me. Okay, good. Otherwise, in the chat there would be all these all caps, no audios, so I don't see that. So. All right, there. Yeah, it says goal created. Ttucker John just started a goal. Hey, I'm going to start pumping my goals. If House Sparks can promote his goals, I'm going to promote mine. So, Gary, can I call you? Gary says, I'm going to quit procrastinating after this live stream. Right after this live stream, I'm going to start that thing I was going to do. Roxanne Epstein is singing along. Oh, good. I'm glad you're singing along. Aaron West is here. Hey, Aaron, good to see you. Sandy Foltz is here. Says, TJ, today is Trump's birthday. I know. I know. And I don't care. Brooklyn 471 says, okay, TJ, my mind is boggled. Gary, can I call you Gary? Well, TJ, you are a YouTube streamer. I am. And that's a kind of thing that kind of creeps me out about the whole thing, is I never met Manny. I never met Finney. Manny's the shooter. Finney and his wife Bubbly are the victims that were murdered. I never met them in real life. I know I watched Manny's live streams quite often. I don't think I'm trying to remember if I ever saw Finney and Bubbly. I may have stumbled across their videos, or live streams, but I definitely watched Manny a lot, and I've been in the same places that they've been. Everyone does a live stream from Bellagio. I've done one. They were doing it as they were being murdered, right in front of the Bellagio fountains. I've been to those places. I go to those places, so it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy to think that you could just be doing your own thing. You're doing your live stream, and then some asshole who's a psycho, because these two had been beefing for over a year. Finney and Bubbly had been in a beef with Manny for over a year, and it spilled out into the YouTube. They made it very public, videos back and forth. They were doing copyright strikes against each other, all this horseshit. But none of that fucking matters to me. None of that justifies a fucking murder. And I think we all know that. But to just think, you're just there doing your thing, and then some asshole, some psycho fucking asshole comes up and just blows you away. It's so upsetting. It's so upsetting, man. Nick Rich, 20 past the hour, so I'm only 5 minutes behind you, even with all my talking. Big Hook, the Big Canuck is here. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Brooklyn says, I think I want to move to Canada. I had some Canadians in my cab last night who I did not like. They were obviously Trumpers. They were, even though they're from Canada, and they didn't like their new prime minister. What do you guys have up there, Big Hook? Prime minister or whatever the fuck you're called? Just call him president. You guys are already like Americans anyhow. I'm just kidding. But they didn't like him. They liked Trump and all this kind of shit. And I was really biting my tongue because I don't, I'm hoping to get a tip. I was kind of biting my tongue on it, but I think my silence or my non approval of what they were saying, I think they kind of knew where I stood on that. Big Hook says domestic terrorists are among us parading as patriots when in fact they are anarchists who refuse to play by the rules in the established order. Yeah, this shooter up there in Minnesota, there's fucking whack jobs, man. It's scary. It's fucking scary, man. These whack jobs with a gun. That is not a good combo. Kevin Hawthorne's here. Hey, Kevin, good to see you. Good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. Good to see you. Nick Rich says, good day, Tom. Can I call you Tom? As in, I'm not sure if we're supposed to say people's former names. Gary, can I call you Gary? Yeah, 56. I have a brother named Tim. Nick Rich saying hi. Brooklyn says, I called my uncle in Florida. I thought it was Sunday. Nick Rich, Tim or Tom, I have no bias. Gary would beg to differ. He says, everyone has a bias. Nick Rich is just said, I had enough. I'll be right back. Big Hook says, Canada has its share of idiots as well. Nick Rich, formerly known as Nick Rich 56. I know. And I still call you that. I think it's just easier to say Nick Rich 56 than 56 Nick Rich. See, I even can't say that right. 56 Nick Rich. It's hard for me to say. But Nick Rich 56, it just rolls off the tongue, man. It rolls right off the tongue. So what can I tell you? 56 Nick Rich says, just call me Nick. I do sometimes. I do just call you Nick. Hey, I caught up, Nick. I'm caught up. So thank you. That's the show. That's the show's over. See you guys on Monday. Roxanne Epstein says, I call you 56. Wasn't that the old TV show Calling Card 56 or something like that? Big Hook. Prime Minister is part of our parliamentary system. We have like 6 parties who participate in our form of government. Whenever, I can't not try to attempt a British accent when someone's going to throw parliamentary system in my face. Hey, Jenna, the base is here. Nick Rich, I call you 56 Nick. What? No comments about the Giants beating the Dodgers last night? You must have went on a bender last night. You were so happy. You're probably hungover right now, aren't you? Oh yeah, Brooklyn, car 54. Where are you? I think we should change it to car 56 in honor of Nick. Roxanne Epstein says, "Gin up the base. Glad you could make it." Oh, here we go. Gin up the base. Ttucker John. I call it Giant 6 Dodgers 2. I call it big whoop-de-doo. Don't ever count the Dodgers out. You could beat the Dodgers 15-2 one day, and they'll come back and they'll beat you 10-0 the next day. I think that kind of happened this year with some team this year. I forget. So your little 6-2 victory don't mean shit. It's over the season how it's going to play out over 162 games. So I'll see you in September, and we'll see where we're at then. Anyhow, can I call you Gary? It says our local weatherman doesn't pronounce the L in the word clock, but pronounces the word L in the word cloud. So I think that's more of a Freudian slip than anything, probably. Roxanne says TJ Gin was very happy. I bet. Probably cleared out the liquor cabinet in celebration. Like one game means everything, you know. Actually, one game does mean everything. Like Tommy Lasorda would say, it's winning the series, each series, you know. So it's that one game that gets you to win the series that really matters. Dick Rich says, let's quit talking about me and talk about the No Kings dance parties. Oh, are they having dance parties? No Kings will be here in Vegas. They've been protesting throughout the week already. People couldn't wait till No Kings. They had 94 people arrested the other night downtown. I think there were people that were throwing things and doing things they shouldn't have been doing. So they did arrest 94 people or 96 people, something like that. I watched some of the footage. It seemed pretty. It didn't seem like that big of a deal as far as like violence and stuff. I think they were arresting people who weren't getting out of the way because the cops were. They were letting them, march and stuff, but they just didn't want them to get in the street and block traffic and stuff like that. From what I saw, but they did. I did see some tear gas being launched. I think there were some people that got hit with rubber bullets, and I don't think that's really acceptable. I don't think the cops really should resort to shooting, even rubber bullets, unless absolutely necessary. They brought the SWAT team out. I saw the SWAT vehicle in real life. I think they only had the one, so the one that I saw was probably the one I also saw in the coverage, the news coverage and stuff, but. For some reason, on the side of the SWAT, this is Clark County, or I don't know if this is part of Metro, Las Vegas Metro Police, or whatever it was, but their SWAT team vehicle, their big armored vehicle that they drive around and look very intimidating because it's painted like olive green. These SWAT guys, they're not like the old like LAPD in black with the black van or whatever. This is like a military type vehicle. It looks very much like Army, and their SWAT guys are all in the green, like the olive green outfits, and they look very militaristic, very much like an Army unit. And on the side of their vehicle was a Z. I don't know what that means. I don't know why it's on there, but all I remember is from the Ukrainian-Russian war. Weren't the Russians putting Z on all their tanks and shit in their vehicles? So why the hell does the Las Vegas SWAT team have a big fucking Z on the side of their armored personnel carrier or whatever the fuck it is? What the fuck? Are they a bunch of commies? Is the SWAT team a bunch of fucking pinko Russian commie lovers or what? I don't get it. Why was there a Z on the side of their SWAT vehicle? Anyhow, something to think about. Roxanne Epstein snickering hard. Brooklyn says, I was going to the library again, but I'm here again, addicted. You're addicted. I got you now. Big Hook says, please protest peacefully and keep your wits about you. Film everything, and especially anyone acting suspicious. Oh, here comes Gin Up the Bases. Ttucker John, when you buy the game's best players like the Dodgers, then all the pressure is on the Dodgers to win the World Series. Giants just happy to be playing baseball every day. Well, good, fine, whatever. Teams are damned if they do and they're damned if they don't, especially by all the loser teams like the Giants and Giant fans who are a bunch of losers. If a team goes out and they exercise, free agency and they go into the market and they buy players, then it's like you're just buying your World Series. But then if they don't do that and they try to just use the farm system and they make maybe some trades here and there, then it's like they don't know how to run an organization. They're not doing enough. So fuck you. All right? Just admit it. The Dodgers are fucking superior, and you suck. All right? Damon Dog, no Kings protest was fun. Gary, can I call you Gary? He talks 8 o'clock a lot without pronouncing the L, for fuck's sake. Weird. I mean, it's weird that, if the guy has a speech impediment, then, then I'm not saying that's weird. But if there's some words he can pronounce the L and some he can't, and the one that he can't just happens to be the word clock, yeah, that's weird. Damon Dog, we had about 1,500 in my own little town, not a cop in sight, not one. Wow. Roxanne Epstein says, I'm hearing and seeing all great things from the protests today in California, Detroit, North Carolina, and Connecticut, making me feel proud to be an American again. Hey, Michael McAndrews is here. Good to see Michael. Says, just got back from the No Kings protest in my town. A lot of people are protesting or out protesting. That's good. Roxanne says, Michael McAndrews, they were awesome. Thanks for protesting. I'm not going to be protesting because I just woke up and I don't have a car right now and I got to work. I got to get to work. I'll be working because right now making sure I have a roof over my head is more important. And that's like priority number one. And if I don't work, I'm not able to pay my rent. And I don't want to be in that situation ever again. So I will be working today. Speaking of roof over my head, good news. I got some good news. Finally, some good news about that apartment. Yesterday, the gal from the leasing office called and she told me that I've been approved. Finally, she said, "Yeah, we went ahead and approved you. When do you want to move in?" And so I said, "Wow, thank you so much. That's great news. Let me get back to you because and she knows because they are what's known as a second chance apartment, and she's dealt with the Clark County Social Services before. So I said, yeah, I need to call back Clark County Social Services because I am enrolled in the renter assistance program, and they said as soon as I'm approved to call them back, and so I need to call them back, and before I can give you a move-in date or whatever, and so that's what I did. So then I called Clark County Social Services, and I spoke with someone there, and they said, okay, that's great news. Now you have to be assigned because I guess I've never been officially assigned a caseworker. So they said a caseworker should be calling me back next week, and I gave them all the information for the apartment, their phone number, and the whole thing. So I guess I'll call them to verify that I've been approved. And they're supposed to, this rental assistance program is supposed to pay for your first month rent and your security deposit. And the way this department does it, it's like you got to pay for your first month rent, and then the security deposit is the equivalent of a month's rent. So it's like basically, and the rent there is $1,025, so that's going to be $2,050. Plus, I got to pay another $500 for, I forget what you call it, some kind of fee, some sort of fee, and I forget what it was called. But so it's going to come to $2,550. They might not. The rental assistance program might not pay for the $500, but hopefully they're going to pay for the basically those first, and the security deposit, which would be over $2,000. So I'm hoping they'll do that. If not, I'm not sure if I'll be able to move in or not. But yeah, so I'll find out more next week when the caseworker calls and we get that all situated, and I can actually get a move-in date, which I'm hoping will be as soon as possible, so I don't have to keep paying here over $420 a week here. A week. I said a week, not a month, a week. So, so every sort of delay in this rental assistance program, it could mean me have to pay another week. Like my rent due here is going to be on Tuesday, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have a move-in date or be able to move by then. So I'm probably going to have to pay at least one more week here on Tuesday. Hopefully they'll get the ball rolling as fast as possible so that I can get a move-in date so that I don't have to pay another week here, But anyhow, that's the update on my apartment situation. And for those who were interested. Michael McAndrews says, yep, Roxanna, I love being out there with the protesters. Big Cook, remember there is always police partisan provocateurs who want an excuse to bash heads, keep it peaceful, and film everything. I agree, Big Hook, and I agree with Hal. Just keep it, peaceful, no violence. Just do your marching, carry your signs, and even I don't think you should even be shouting like "fuck the cops" and shit like that. If you want to say "fuck Trump," somebody had a big giant banner at the protest here in Vegas on, I guess that was Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday. I think they did a couple nights down there. But and the footage I saw, someone had this big giant, flag that said "fuck Trump." I like that. I was like, yeah, all right. But yeah, just you don't have to resort to violence or anything. It really does. It doesn't really further your cause by throwing rocks or Molotov cocktails or whatever. That will not really gain much support, I don't think. Michael Bagadra says Trumpy and his commie Nazi clan group, Nazi KKK clan group. Brooklyn says Zorro. I'm not sure if I'm mid-thread. I missed something, maybe. Michael Bagadra says no Roxanne, but there was a maggot there. Nick Rich says, where's the best place in Vegas to get a panoramic view? Any protest visible from there? Well, they're doing it downtown near the federal buildings. So there really isn't, I don't think. You might be able to go to the top of the stratosphere, and you could probably look down that way, and you'd have to zoom in because it's a few miles away. Probably it's probably like 3 miles away, but you could probably zoom in and maybe see the street. The thing about the Strat is it costs money to go up there, but the Strat, I just saw them advertising this deal like because tourism is down in Vegas right now. It's definitely down, and I'm starting to see some deals pop up. The Stratosphere has this deal where they waive resort fees, and it's like I think it's like this all inclusive thing. I forget what it costs. I forget what the cost is, but they are throwing in like food vouchers, and I think they're giving you a free trip to the top of the Strat, or maybe it's like $10 because they no, I think it's free if you get this deal. Maybe I'll do that, but and there was another place that was doing the Plaza had a big deal, a nice all inclusive deal, and I think I saw something from some other more mainstream one. But anyhow, as far as the getting the panoramic view, I think the way that where they're at, it's kind of hard to get anything. Now you could take a helicopter ride. They do helicopter rides for about I think it's $150, and it'll fly right over downtown. You could just shoot some footage that way. If I had the extra money right now, I would do that. I would probably would do that, but I don't. So I can't. Roxanne said, "Loving out Jen." He didn't like that. You triggered me, man. You triggered me. Aaron West, how about the high roller? Yeah, I don't know. I've never been on the high roller, but that's further back. That's further back the other direction, and it's lower than the Strat. So I think the Strat might be better. Genevieve's losers. Yeah, whatever. You're still losers. I don't care if you win 100 fucking World Series. You guys are still fucking uh, just whiny crybaby losers. You can't even appreciate your winning because you gotta just shit talk anybody else who might have a good team. Bunch of losers. Bay Area losers, man. Brooklyn says, I don't think you should torment TJ today. Gary, can I call you Gary? Why talk about MLB before the All Star game? I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I watch it from day one till day 162, and then the playoffs, and then the World Series. Like I said, the big Ferris wheel, the high roller, is even further south than the Strat. So I don't think that would be a good view. I think the Strat would be pretty good. Big Hook says peaceful protest only. Trump and his sycophants will try to false flag a violent response. Don't be part of it. This is how authoritarians try to justify a takeover. Peaceful protest only. Absolutely. I absolutely 100% agree with you, Big Hook. Roxanne Epstein, understandable, TJs. Gary, can I call you Gary? Voting is the ultimate peaceful protest. Christina Weibel, awesome, John. Thank you, Christina. Um, I'm awesome. Brooklyn, yeah, woohoo. Yeah, okay. See, that's the thing. I'm like minutes behind, and so I wasn't sure what you guys were referencing, but yeah, you're talking about the approval of the apartment. Okay. Damon, yay, apartment news. So yeah, thank you guys. I didn't mean to just like overlook that. Michael McAndrews, $10 super sticker. Yippee to Michael McAndrews. Thank you so much, Michael. Thanks for helping out. Thanks for keeping the show going. I do appreciate you. That's number 1 of 5 to make our goal for today. Now, if we make the goal, am I supposed to do something? If we make the goal, I will chug the rest of this water. Okay, no, that's pretty lame. I don't know what I'll do. If we make the goal, I'll yell yippee 5 times. I don't know. Jim the base, Ttucker John, Livestream. To be clear, I came into the chat intentionally not starting with the Giants, and then TJ calls me out about it. What am I supposed to do? You're supposed to be. Well, no, you do whatever you can do whatever you want, but your only fucking comeback is that the Dodgers paid, uh, you know, a lot of money to get free agents or whatever. Cry me a fucking river. What the fuck did the Yankees? What the fucking Yankees been doing for 50 years? And I can't help it if Giant management is too fucking cheap. It's not my problem. Wes Webb is here. See? I didn't block you, motherfucker. You're here. Calling all angels, intervene with John, please. I don't know what that means, but whatever. Gin up the base. Congratulations on the apartment. Thank you, Gin. Thank you, Gin up the base. And now, thank you. I do thank you for that. Nice comment. See, this is why people who don't like sports don't like sports. It's like, because people turn into assholes when they talk about sports. Myself being one of those assholes. Anyhow, Brooklyn says, "Thank God things are turning around for you." West Webb, 10 months rent. I don't know what that means. What's 10 months rent? I never said anything about 10 months rent, so I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe in some shithole in Illinois, maybe that's 10 months rent. I don't know. I'm living in fucking Vegas, baby. It's fucking premium. There's a premium for living here. Sandy Folds, CJ, you got a new apartment. Sandy, I'm not there yet. I kind of explained the whole thing of where I'm at in the process. I got approved, but now there's a bunch of other stuff that has to happen. I already explained all that about I know I'm really behind in the chat, so you probably heard it, but about the Renters Assistance Program and getting that all that going. Roxanne says, "Yeah, been approved." Yeah, see, I'm really behind in the chat because yeah. Anyhow, congratulations, apartment. That's great news. It's all coming together. Then you need to work to make those security payments. Yeah, Roxanne, I do. Well, like I said, that rental assistance program, it should pay for the first month rent and the security deposit, which is equal to the first month rent. So all I have to come up with is, I think, the $500, which I can do in my sleep. Wes Webb says, "M trying so hard. Prayers don't work. That W3 I think he meant way." Wes Webb says, "Fuck." I think he's frustrated because he can't type. Big Hook, is it a ground level apartment? It is. It is. I insisted on the ground level. David Dog, $420 a week is crazy. Crazy. I know, for $420 a week, like I've said before, that's what, 1680? Damn near 1700. I could live in a really swanky, nice, beautiful apartment that I did want to go to before this shit happened. I was thinking about trying to get over there, and it's right a block from the Sphere. Beautiful, luxurious apartments. I could get one for that price. for the price I'm paying for this beautiful, luxurious place. But anyhow, it is what it is. West John or John is damned. John is damned. I don't know. I think Wes might be off his meds. I don't know. Wes says if I prayed hard enough, he should be doing better. Yeah, come on, Wes. Let's step up the prayers, man. You're not doing something right. You're not saying the right magic word. Come on, get them magic words right. While you're at it, have me win the lottery or something. Come on, in that prayer. Put that in there. David Doggo says we have motels here for that. $60 a night. Wes Webb, it's like, okay, I should just send him the money. I don't know, dude. Oh, are you going to Nerd Halen? I'm not going to go to Nerd Halen either. Like I said, I got to make sure I have rent money. So I'm not going to go to Nerd Halen. Sorry, I would love to go, but I can't. I got to work tonight. So, but I would love to go, but sorry guys, no Nerd Halen. Times are tough, you know. Gary, can I call you Gary? Praying for TJ, myself, and the chat. Well, thank you. Let's pray. Let's pray. Let's bow our heads and pray. Wes Webb says, "Where is the drama in that?" I don't know. I'm behind in the chat, so I don't even know what we're referencing at this point. David Woodler says, "Great apartment plan, John. You'll have air conditioning when it's 125. I have air conditioning now, but yeah, I will have AC. Better than being out in that gully right there. There's a gully. You guys have seen it before. I've videotaped it. There's the gully, and people live in that gully, and I do not want to be one of them. Nick Rich or Roxanne says, "Jennifer the Bass baby, I'm always happy to see you and loving the Giants as part of you, and I love you just the way you are, baby. Go Giants! Aren't you guys? You guys are so adorable. You and your little Giants fandom and your little Giants couple. I can just see you wearing your Giants baseball caps and your little a Giants jersey, going over to the ballpark. It's adorable, and I more power to you." Nick Rich says my rent plus hydro, $275 a week. Is hydro water or what? What is that? Is that how you Canadians say water? So what's 275 times 4? So you got 4 times 2 is 8. 75 to 75 is 150. 150 150 is 3. Wait a minute. So about $1,100 a month. Damon Dog, we had some maggots. No one engaged, and they left. That's the best way to handle them, probably. Yeah. Warning number 1, Wes. Barbara Nicholas is here. Hey, Barbara, good to see you. Minnesota shooter identified as Vance Bolter. Have they caught him yet? I think he was at large still. And Michael McAndrews asked the very same question. Did they catch the shooter yet? Barbara says he's 57 years old. Roxanne Epstein says, Barbara, they identified him, but did they arrest him yet? Barbara says, no. Hey, Diane Russell's here. We see you, Diane. I saw you in house chat, by the way, and you were asking if people could see you. Now, I didn't answer because when I was watching I was watching on my TV, and on my TV, I can't chat. But I did see you, and I see you now. So Thanks for being here. Sandy Fold says, TJ, did you check your email? I sent you something. I think I did see that. It was like a little graphic thing. Like it said like it had like flowers and it said hello or something. So thank you for that, Sandy. Hello back at you. Let's see. William says, hey, Ttucker John and everyone else. Hey, William. Good to see William. Diane Russell says, any no Kings rallies? Yes, Diane, there are. We were just talking about them. We were talking about getting where we could get a good, like, viewpoint of it. And I was suggesting the Strat. But yeah, they are planned for today. They've been protesting throughout the week already. I think just in general, it wasn't like the No Kings one, but it was for against ICE. They were protesting ICE, basically, I guess. And so today is the No Kings, and but it's going to be the same locations. They usually target these things around downtown by the federal buildings, and that's where it's been going on these past few days. And today, I think I said that because I think I did sign up for it, and they sent me a little thing back. I think it's supposed to start at like 4 in the afternoon or something. Go for a couple hours. Nick Rich says, going over to hit the like for Johnny Million. I'll be back. I'll be back. Yes, tell Johnny I said hi. Send him my regards. Although this was probably 10 minutes ago that you said that. Jenna Bates, Ttucker John, nope. Just the Dodgers. And I'm so far behind in the chat, I don't remember what that would be in reference to. Maybe about just the Dodgers spending money on players. So I guess it was okay for the Yankees, but not for the Dodgers. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Whatever, dude. Live in your little bubble, your little Bay Area bubble. Wes Webb, there are 2 Diane Russells, and 1 is my opposer. Diane Russell says, loved Reverend William Barber's speech at the Philly No Kings rally. I haven't seen that yet. I heard that, what's his face? With Jamie Raskin. Was it Jamie Raskin? Someone said earlier that he did a really good speech too. But I haven't watched any of that stuff. I just woke up a little while ago. I made breakfast. I made myself some breakfast, and then I was watching House Sparks, and then I came on here. So I haven't really seen the latest stuff that's going on. Brooklyn 471. Look what peaceful protest. Look what peaceful protest did for MLK. But I do agree. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, he got assassinated by some redneck, racist redneck asshole. But if MLK had, promoted like violence, then he probably would have ended up the same way anyhow. So I don't know. I mean, but I know, and you do agree that nonviolence is better. But I think that was just a real, a really hateful, racist person took him out. I'm not sure if advocating for violence would have made things better. It probably wouldn't have, because as it was, they were having, at their protests or their walks, they were having dogs unleashed on them, and fire hoses being sprayed on them. They were being beaten by cops with batons and things of this nature. If MLK had said, "Okay, let's arm up, let's take it to the streets, and we're going to start busting some heads," it would have escalated, and the government would have, they would have brought out machine guns and shit, So I think I think MLK's tact of nonviolence was and is the best way, and violence could only be a totally last resort. Once it gets to that level where people are, as a whole, not just these isolated incidents, but when both sides are just like, okay, it's go time, then yeah, you've reached total chaos at that point. Uh, Big Hook is Turtle Toes at the No Kings protest, Aaron? I don't know where Jolie is. I know she works and she does stuff with her kids, with her girls. They do a lot of stuff with roller derby. I'm not sure what Jolie's doing today, or if she's at a protest. I don't know. Maybe she'll check in at some point and let us know. Maybe she can just dip in here at some point. Oh, Erin says Turtle Toes is at lunch with her daughter. So okay, I knew there's probably something with one of her daughters. Westwood Level, just don't hate me if I love your music, Diane Russell. That's the wrong Diane Russell, by the way. West Webb, you blocked my meme. Was that a meme? Is that a meme? I think West Webb very clearly is off his meds today or something. I don't know. Or West Webb is really making me not feel so bad about ever blocking him before. Diane Russell says, that is the other Diane Russell, West. I'm Diane the Elder. It sounds very very wizardry, very wizardy of you, Diane. Diane the Elder. I can just imagine you in a big, beautiful, like, gown or robe type of a thing. Like Gandalf or something. Except, a woman version of Gandalf. Krista said, I hung my flag upside down and wrote "No Kings" on my kitchen door. Hey, Krista, by the way, thanks for being here. I haven't seen you in a while. I have not seen Krista, I think, in ages. So thanks for being here, Krista. Good to see you. Thanks for coming back. Big Hook says, hiya, Diane. Good to see you as always. Miss you from the Randy Rhodes chats. I wish Brett had gotten the original time slot because he competes with a lot of others in the morning. Yeah, that's a tough one. You're up against Tom Hartman, Hal Sparks, sometimes Ttucker John. Actually, I kind of have moved to 11, so that'll help him. David Willer says Wes is the other Diane. Wes, this is the other Diane. Oh, not Wes. Not Wes isn't the other Diane. Okay, whatever. Roxanne Epstein. Wes chemically tainted dandelion. Oh, here's S. Taurus Kimchi. Hello, beautiful motor trucklers. Hello, Trucker John and beautiful Mistress Erin. Hello, back at you. It S. Taurus Kimchi. Good to see you as always. Thank you so much for joining us in the old driver's lounge. West Webb says, shithole, the worst city in the world, and I'm the king. I guess being the king of shit, some people might think that's better than being the peon of Gold Town or what. I don't know. What are what's the opposite of shit? I don't know. So hey, man, more power to you. Enjoy your kingdom of shit. Gary Kennedy, Gary, I think Wes is is intimating a gift of money to you, TJ. I know, and I'm not. Hey, look, I got that, Gary. And if Wes wants to send money, he can send the money. I'm not going to beg him. I'm not gonna play any little games. I'm not gonna jump through any hoops. I'm not your fucking show pony. I'm not your dance monkey. If you want to send the money, if you want to send money, fine. It's always greatly appreciated. But I'm not gonna, twirl around with my little tutu. Although now that I think about it, maybe that's not a bad idea. I don't know. Jen of the Base is saying hi to Kimchi. Michael Gadget's $2 super sticker goal attempt. Thank you. He shoots, he scores, goal! Yippee! Michael McAndrews. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate you. Diane Russell says, I know Big Hook. I'm doing Brett 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then Tom's show for the last 2 hours. My laptop is too old and has trouble trying to stream 2 live shows. Just do what you can, Diane. You can only do what you can do. And just you being here now, I gratefully appreciate it. Hanging out. 38 watching, 49 thumbs up. So let's make sure we like, subscribe, and share. And as I think it's been Marcellus from the Midas Brothers, as he always says, and I'm going to start saying it, let's get to 5 million subscribers. Now, granted, they're at over 4 million, so they've got a shot at it. But so that's why it's comical when I say it. Just so you know, I'm going for the comedy, folks. These are the jokes. Anyhow, let me skip on down. West says, John, I will gladly give you the money, asshole. Like I said. Well, I said what I said. Whatever is donated or sent is greatly appreciated. But I'm not going to beg. I do kind of like the idea of me twirling around in a tutu, though. But I don't have a tutu, so. Westweb told you already, but it isn't so. Dream Act? Are you trying to say dramatic? I think you're trying to say dramatic, but whatever. I'm just going to read it how you typed it. Dream Act. Gary West, if you're giving money philanthropically, I could use a roof on my house. I need a roof on my house. Yeah, and Wes, as Aaron says, Wes, please stop calling people names, please. And yes, you're on the thinnest of ice right now. Big Hook, is it raining in DC, Kimchi? Yeah, I wonder if it's raining. Damon Dogg's here. Hey, Damon Dog, the big dog, says someone is giving away money. Want my Cash App? There's Michael McAndrews with another super sticker, $2. Thank you so much, Michael McAndrews. Yippee! Says you have to do what you have to do, John. Diane Russell says, yep, I'm still waiting for my George Soros check. Yeah, where is George? You're late on the check. George, come on. I realize you're, getting up there in age. Maybe you forgot. Maybe you need some people to help you with the reminders. But George, where's my check, George? That would be nice if George Soros sent me like $1 million. I'm putting it out there into the ethos. George Soros, send me $1 million. I don't know. Why did I say $1 million? I could have just said, why did I pick $1 million? Of all the numbers I could have picked. Now it's out there. I can't unsay it. David Dog, those Las Vegas tunnels sound dangerous, especially when it rains. It is. People drown in there all the time. Homeless people that are living in there, they drown all the time. West Webb says, I will give John all the cash that I perceive that he really needs. I need $1 million from George Soros. I need $1 million. Diane Russell, they are Damon. Homeless people have drowned in them. Oh, they are Damon. Oh, like, yeah, they are Damon. I'm trying to read it right. Talking about, the tunnels, yeah, and Diane says the same thing I just said. Homeless people have drowned in them, yeah, all the time. West Webb, all caps. John is fine. Thank you. I could take that in several different ways, I guess. David Dog, me too, Diane. I've been to 6 protests now, and I haven't got a check yet. They're just late on the checks. They'll be coming in. Don't worry. Surfer Norm? Hey, Surfer Norm, good to see you. I haven't seen Surfer Norm in a long time. Surfer Norm says, Big Hook, Big Hook. No, it's clear. I just watched the live AP feed. There are lots of No King marchers. West Webb, this is a show. It's the show of shows by the Ttucker John dude who doesn't know what he's talking about. That should be my new theme song. I think I just created a new theme song. Or at least part of it. The opening. Diane Russell, yes, Michael McAndrews. I hear Walmart is funding them. Roxanne Epstein, oh, I love that gin up the base. I don't own one Giants thing. I'll get the Grateful Dead Giants Steal Your Face. You'll wear that shirt too, right? Right. You guys need to get some Giants gear, man. Come on, get some Giants gear. Go to a Giants game and take a picture of you both in the seat, at your seats, with your arms around each other, and I don't know, saying "Go Giants." I don't know. Come on, you can do it. You can put on some gear for the game. West Webb can't 6 chat. Okay, can you 5 chat? West Webb, William knows. William knows what? Diane Russell, as far as I know, the shooter is still at large. Diane Russell waves at TJ. Hello, Diane. You're kind of calling Gary. I don't know about the names, but the all caps are kind of too much. Yeah, because it's like you're yelling. Why are you yelling? Big Hook, rumbly tumbly. Today I want to sleep, but I don't think I can find a comfortable position. That sucks. William says there's a big protest in Philly. It's in Philly. People in Philly, they talk a lot like people from Jersey. And people in Jersey talk a lot like people up in Brooklyn. My accents are all the same for all those people. Marcus Mills is here. Hey, Marcus, good to see you. Thanks for popping on in. Hanging out here in the driver's lounge for a bit. I do appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Let's get us to 5 million subscribers. Has been Marcellus, as he always says, and he says it very seriously and very very serious, very I don't know, but it's always like, let's get us to 5 million. So I'm going to start doing that too. Maybe I'll get the magic Midas touch. All right. Let's get down to brass tacks here. Damon Dog says, if you're driving by on the job, TJ, beep the horn. Yeah, it's kind of funny. They've been protesting earlier in the week, and I really haven't gone hardly down there. I mean, I'm on the strip. I always start off on the strip, and I just take wherever the rides lead me. That's where I go, and it's basically just from strip hotel casino to hotel casino on the strip. And lately, I've barely even got. Maybe I'll get like one trip down to Fremont Street. But yeah, if I see him, I'll honk. Hey, John from Las Vegas is here. Hey, John, good to see you. Says Nerd Hailing tonight at Sunset Station, Henderson, Nevada tonight. See you there. Well, like I was saying, okay, it's at 8 o'clock, John. I don't know if I'll be able to go. I think I'm going to be working, and I really can't afford to take off from work because I got to make sure I get the rent paid and all that kind of shit. So I don't think I'm going to make it tonight. But if you see Hal, tell him old Ttucker John said hi. If you're able to talk to him, maybe you could. I don't know if you do videos or not. Maybe you could post a video. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it tonight, John. I wish I could. I really do, but I can't. West says Kimchi, it is okay to hate me. I don't hate anybody, but I hate facial tattoos, which is kind of almost like hating someone. Surfer Norm says the Marines are guarding the parking lot at the Westwood Federal Building. Oh my gosh, Wes, I see it. 111.11. Thank you, Wes Webb. Yippee! Double yippee. Yippee, yippee. Thank you so much, Wes. I do appreciate you. And we did make the goal. So thank you from the king of shit. From the king of shit town, Wes Webb. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Appreciate the support. Now let's get us to 5 million subscribers. Thank you, Wes. I appreciate it. Nick Rich 1203. So I'm what 19 minutes behind in the chat, by the way. And Nick says Johnny Million was awesome. See, now if Johnny's going to be coming on at Saturdays after Hal, that makes me think that maybe I shouldn't go on anymore. Because I know we all love Johnny, and I love listening to Johnny. We all love listening to Johnny. So maybe I shouldn't come on anymore. Or maybe does he only do an hour? If he only does an hour, like is he over with already? So if he goes on and from about 11 to 12, I guess I could push my show out to 12. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do. Should I just not do a Saturday show at all? Or should I push my show out to noon, my time? Or whatever time Johnny gets over with. And then I could call it the Johnny Million after show hangout instead of the House Sparks after show hangout. Let me know in the chat what you guys think I should do. I'm open to suggestions, even from the likes of a person like Jen up the base. Who's a Giants fan. I rarely take anything they say seriously. But anyhow, I digress. Roxanne says Bay Area bubble Jen went up dispensary, so he missed it. Ah, darn. Maybe he'll watch that in the playback. The Soulcraft's here. Soulcraft coming from Millions Jam. Thank you guys. I guess Johnny's Millions was over 20 minutes ago. So maybe I'll do that. Let me know in the chat what you think I should do. If Johnny's going to do a regular right after House Sparks show, then maybe I should push mine out to be an after Johnny Million show. I'm interested. I am genuinely interested to know what you guys think I should do. I might not do it, but I am genuinely interested in your guys' opinion on that or whatever. David Dog says I saw Jamie Raskin at the 4-5 No Hands in DC. 100,000 people. 100,000 people. Standing strong. Wes Webb says Johnny Million is more awesome than he ever imagined. Just stop letting him know it. He will become House Sparks. Well, you just had to get a little dig in there, didn't you? I'd ask Taurus Kimchi says, dear daughter and son-in-law are at the Warp Tour at the old JFK Stadium. I've never heard of Warp. Is that a band? Warp? Who the fuck is Warp? Chris Doug, Johnny Million Raid. Thank you, Chris Doug. And thank you, everyone who came over from Johnny Million. Thank you, Johnny Million. You guys are awesome. Like I said, let me know what you think I should do. Should I go ahead and should I just start doing shows at noon instead of 11? Because I guess he's just doing an hour. Nick Rich, you never quit being a shit, do you, Wes? As he, was very nice with his donation. So, Wes Webb, no racists here, right? Right. Yeah, I'm for that. I'm for no racists. Yeah, dogs were unleashed. That's how far back I'm in the chat. I was talking about the unleashing of dogs. It seems like an hour ago, so I'm really behind in my chat here. Super Norm, in MLK's case, the National Guard protected the marchers in Selma. If you're old enough to remember, that's right. They had to call in the National Guard to protect the protesters from the fucking racist fucking Alabama, militia or Alabama State Police or whatever the fuck they were. I was like probably 4 or 5 when that happened, but I remember seeing like old news footage of that. See, I'm just now getting to the MLK stuff, and that, man, I was talking about that forever ago. That's how far behind I am. So I might skip over a lot of the stuff because it's just, I already pretty much went over it all as far as MLK and all that stuff. Now it's funny because Wes Webb says, laughing out loud, I'd never shit you, Richie. You are my favorite turd. And the only reason I repeated that is because I had a friend who used to always say that, an old high school friend. He would always say that. That was his thing. If you said, are you shitting me? He'd always say, I wouldn't shit you, man. You're my favorite turd. So you just made me remember an old high school friend. So for that, I thank you, Wes Webb. The Soulcraft Ogen, damn it, jealous, found out at least states can send hemp derived THC. I'm gonna try to get caught up a little bit more in the chat. I'm like really behind. I think I've gone over a lot of stuff. Krista says, Ttucker John, the new puppy is keeping me busy. Oh, you got a new puppy. Krista got a new puppy. I love puppies. I love puppies and I love kitties. Puppies and kitties. They're so cute. Oh, Mr. Spock is here. Hello, Mr. Spock. I guess I kind of skipped over you, but live long and prosper. Robert Perez from down San Diego way. Hello, Robert. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Robert says, good afternoon, Ttucker John, and all Democratic voters. It is Taurus Kimchi, king of shit. Well, that's he said. I think he said that he was. Doesn't that what Wes said? He was the king of shit or something. I'm just Wes Webb. What is the opposite of Ttucker John? It would be, what would it be? Would it be push car, pedal car, pedal car, Albert. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm skipping down a little bit, trying to get caught up in the chat a little bit here. Trying to get caught up instead of just talking about stuff I already talked about a half an hour ago. I need to get a little bit more caught up. West Web, you eat, you shit. That's true. That's a true statement. I can't deny that. Everybody eats. Everybody shits. Everybody. Sandy Foltz is back. Robert Perez says, I'm stuck at the fort watching the grandkids. Take shelter. I'm just kind of skipping down some of the just little conversations folks are having. Just fine and dandy. It has Torres Kimchi sing Freebird. Chris Doug, I had another damn tooth extracted last week and it is finally healing. Mr. Spock, I only have 17 people till I get to 500 subs. I'm going to do a weekly logic show when I get to 500. Awesome. Well, let's get Mr. Spock to 500 and let's get me to 5 million and we'll call it even. Damon Dog doing some Freebird. Damon Dog going singing some Freebird. If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? As far as I know, George Soros is still alive. I think. But if he's not, that might explain why I haven't gotten the check. Gary, can I call you Gary? I need about 30K. Actually, that's about what I need too. I asked for $1 million. You know how they say ask for more than you need, and then maybe you'll get what you actually need. I'm more in the 30 to 50K category, but I asked for $1 million. Kind of overshoot it. I'm kind of massaging myself as I do this. For some reason, my legs and everything feel really sore, and I really don't do much. I haven't done much lately. David Windler, 700,000. I guess I'm trying to remember. I'm so far back. I think that we're talking about like how much money you need or something like that. So Gary Kanakali Gary needs 30 grand. David Windler, 700K. I said $1 million, but I was kind of overshooting it. Diane Russell says, laughing out loud, watching the Philly rally on C-SPAN, and someone was holding a giant "fuck Donald Trump" sign. Oopsie. That's funny because that's what I was talking about at the parade, the protest in Vegas the other night. Someone had a big banner that said "fuck Trump," and but that was on it was a news feed on YouTube, but I don't think that was going out over the air like on a broadcast. I think that might have just been going over the internet. So it's a little bit different, but yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh, they cut away from that pretty quickly though. Diane Russell says when they panned back, it was gone. Yeah. Michael McGann just $10 super stickers. I'm just not getting to that, Michael. Thank you so much. Yippee! And I guess that we made the goal, or maybe I made the goal. I don't know, but or maybe Wes has made the goal. I forget now. But thank you so much. That got us to the goal. Yippee to Michael McAndrews. Thanks for the support. Thanks for supporting the show, keeping us going, keeping us on the internets, keeping this lovely show afloat. Pam J, you think I don't have Giant swag? I got a hat. I got a sweatshirt. Where's your Dodgers shirt? Okay, this is the best I could do on short notice. This is my Clayton Kershaw Dodger jersey. Here's my championship hat here, LA champion hat here. Best I could do on such short notice. But hey, what can I say? You wanted it, you got it. You wanted it, you got it. The best band in the land, Dodgers. I'm just skipping down in the chat here. Nicholas, 20 past the hour. I'm still 19 minutes behind. Billy Kid 73 is here. Thank you, Billy Kid, for coming on in. I do appreciate you. Billy Kid 73 says, howdy y'all. I'm close to protest areas in Chicago working. It's been nothing but peaceful. That's good to hear. Let's keep it peaceful. I think we can win more hearts with peace than we can with violence, right? We can win more people over to our side, I think, if we do it peacefully. When we start getting violent, then people all they do is see the violence. And they're like, see, they're just a bunch of violent hoodlums. And I'm just now getting to the West Webb $111 super chat. Thank you so much, West Webb. I'll get you another yippee for that. I do appreciate it. And here's what he says: some sort of ramblings of West Webb. Says, "What do you really want? Don't you know, come Judgment Day, gold and silver melt away. But I love you just the same. Get together right now. Everybody get together right now. Thank you, Wes Webb. I appreciate you. I do appreciate you for that. You just bought yourself 5 more minutes before we block you. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Alrighty, so and Kimchi says now, Wes Webb, get up your lazy ass and make me a sandwich. Well, looky here. We got our troll back. And with just coming in hot with some bullshit. Yeah, Michael, there's only 990,000 to go. Roxanne saying, "Dang, Wes, the king of shit town. Thank you." Yeah. Pam J. Johnny's only on Fridays for an hour. This was odd. Him streaming on Saturday. So that was a one-time thing, I guess. So if that's a one-time thing, then I'll stay at my regular time here. David Dog, the Soulcraft, I had disposable income once, but I spent it all on women and drugs. Brooklyn says Johnny Million should be at night. It was early to listen to music. West Webb says Yanni is fine. Cares not a whit about you. Promise. Who's Yanni? Isn't Yanni that one like dude that plays the flute or something? Isn't he a flutist? A flautist? The Soulcraft says, yeah, Johnny is moving to Fridays at 1 p.m. your time. Okay, so I guess I don't need to worry about Saturdays then. This was just a one-time deal, maybe. Gary could have called Gary. Too bad you can't go on before. Look, no, yeah, I can barely make it for 11. Ttucker John does not do well getting up at 6 in the morning. That's about barely getting to bed by then. All right, I'm kind of skipping down a little bit. David Willer, split screen, John and Johnny. Sandy Phillips, don't cancel. I wasn't going to cancel. I was thinking about changing the time. Jen at the base, Ttucker John, oh no, I got it. TJ, I've got a few suggestions for you. I'm sure those are just real winners. Diane Russell, Benny Local's channel got slammed by trolls today. Wow. She must be doing something right, I guess, as we always like to say. Nick Rich, 12:25 a.m. Do a show after Johnny. Chris Doug, we need a troll raid for the algorithm. Sandy Foltz, thank you so much for the $1 super sticker. Thank you, Sandy Foltz. Yippee to Sandy Foltz. I do appreciate you, as always. Thank you so much. I know. I guess I shouldn't comment on things that have been, deleted or whatever. So, but thanks to the troll coming in here. It does help the algorithm. So I do, Dusty. I appreciate you coming in and helping to get us in the algorithm so that we will let's get to 5 million subscriptions. I'm saying that like Ben, is it Ben? Is Ben the oldest one, right? Or which one's the oldest? Marcellus brother. Is it Ben? I'm imitating him when he says, "Let's get to 5 million subscribers." West Webb, John is oblivious. Um, yeah, I'm. I'm. It's. I'm bliss. I'm living in bliss. Well, if Johnny is if coming on today was sort of like a one time thing, then I'll just stay at 11, 11 a.m. my time on Saturdays. In fact, I'm kind of changing my schedule. I've kind of changed it. I'm just going to go on 11. I think I'm just going to do 11 a.m. Monday through Saturday because I found that trying to do the 9 a.m. shows with my current, unless I quit driving a cab, because the thing is, I drive the cab, I get off late at night. By the time I get home, it's like 2 or 2:30 in the morning. By the time I get to bed and get to sleep, it's 3 or 3:30. And it just makes it kind of hard to do a show at 9 a.m. I could do it. I've been doing it, but I just feel like I need that extra time. You know. So I think we're just going to switch to 11 a.m. every day. Diane Russell says 2 p.m. Pacific works for me, TJ. Nah, that's a little late for me. Because then I need to get to work. That's when I need to start getting ready to work and go to work to do my real job. Taxi driving job. To do my taxi driving job. Now I have kind of been taking Mondays and Tuesdays off as my off days. And on those days, well, so I guess I could do I could still go on a Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. But then I think it just kind of makes it confusing. Like, is he on at 9? Is he on at 11? So I don't know. I don't know if it just makes it easier if I'm just always on one same time every day. But like Tuesdays, if I take Monday night off and Tuesday night off, on Tuesday I could still do a 9 a.m. show. So that would be the one show where I go on at 9. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it matters? Does it even matter what time I come on? It might not even matter. I don't know. West Webb. Okay, he was very fit. Pedal car. That would be the opposite too of Ttucker John. Someone that's very fit. Um, the Soulcraft forgot something. A had a honey whole pre-roll, 2 grams with. Oh yeah, it's more pot talk. So I don't really do pot talk well because it's not in my wheelhouse or whatever. So I'm gonna skip the pot talk because I don't know what you guys are talking about. Diane Rosa says not noon. That's when Nicole Sandler is on. Well, I can't uh, program around every show because then I would never be on. You know what I mean? I love Nicole, and I think she's great. I love her show, but if we come on at the same time, like I said, I can't dodge every show or everything. Or I would never be on because there's always somebody else on at least that I like. It seems like there's always somebody else. Big Hook. I think today was a one-off for Johnny. Yeah, for the Saturday. So I guess he's normally going to do the Fridays. Um, and if he comes in at if he comes in at 1 p.m. my time, that kind of works out perfectly because I could come on at 11 right after Hal on Friday. I could do 2 hour show, and then we could all raid Johnny Million on Fridays. Nick Rich, 5 million subscribers. My touch is almost there. I know. That's why I'm going to say this. I'm going to say what they say at the end of every video. Let's get to 5 million subscribers. And he just says it so, the way he says it just cracks me up. Because, I don't want to keep rehashing it. Wes Webb, there is no reason for Johnny Million to monetize or monetize. Yeah, no one should get monetized. Oh, I guess that is it. But no, hey man, if he wants to, do what he wants, man. I think he should be monetized. Why not? He's providing a great service of playing some great music for people to listen to. Nick Rich, Jimmy Kimmel has over 20 million subs on YouTube. So yeah, if Jimmy Kimmel can have 20 million, why can't I have really just 100,000? And I would be pretty happy. Why, Lord? Why? Diane Russell says MSNBC now streaming No King's Rally from Los Angeles. Surfer Norm says, I was looking at the WDC AP stream. No tanks yet, but one of the National Guard guys is waving to the No Kings marchers. So funny. I'm skipping down, trying to get caught up a little bit here. David Dog says, I have a flag that says fuck Trump, but I left it in the truck for this one. Saw lots of kids on my way to the park. See, you're a considerate person. There's lots of people that wouldn't even consider that. They don't give a fuck. As I say, fuck. They don't give a fuck if there's kids and stuff. So good on you, Damon Dog. John Windler, David Windler. I'm John. You're David. David Windler says, John, you could start a rock band with auto tune. Yeah, we could be the auto tune kings or whatever. Yeah. Aaron West reminds everyone we have channel memberships, super chats, and you can also support the show by liking, subscribing, and sharing, which is a great way to do, and that's all free. The liking, subscribe, and sharing part. Or you can buy me a coffee and buy me a coffee. So thank you for that reminder, Aaron. I do appreciate that. Gin Up the Base says, Roxanne, as I told you, I never got a tattoo because I always wondered why I would ever want to scribble all over a Michael Jordan or Mickey Mantle rookie card. Pam J coming in with a $2 super sticker just so I could say, go Giants, and yippee to Pam J. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support of the show, and I appreciate that you're a Giants fan. I hate the Giants, but it is what it is. Gary, can I call you Gary? TJ's last words, Dodger shirt. I guess this is when I'm just now at the part in the chat where I guess when I got up to go put this beautiful fucking shirt on. Beautiful jersey. Have you ever seen anything so beautiful in your life? I don't think so. I do have Dodger T-shirts. I've got Dodger regular LA caps. A lot of stuff is still packed. I've never really unpacked from the time that I moved here because the idea was just to live here for a week or two and then find something else. It's actually been now what, like 3 months? I think. Let's see, it was March 28th, May 28th, June 20. Well, it's only been 2 months. March. April. Yeah, I left out a month. April, May, June. So we're going on almost 3 months here, I guess. But there's a lot of stuff I still have like packed in boxes and stuff. So I had this hanging in my closet, this jersey. So yeah, there it is. Jim the base Kershaw, great regular season pitcher, no doubt. Nasty curveball. Slowcraft Fernando. Oh, it's like 20 years old. Oh, the jersey that you have for Soulcraft. Um, Surfer Normal, on the other hand, you can get on TV if there's trouble. Yeah, I don't know. I think non-violence is still the way to go. But you're kind of right, though. If it's all totally peaceful, the big news outlets, it's always that if it bleeds, it leads, and if everything's all peaceful and copacetic, then it's not going to lead. They might cover it, but it might get buried. So I see the point. I see the point. Robert Nicholas, I got a tattoo on my lower back right before they started calling them tramp stamps. And then you're like, oh shit. Um, Diane Russell, George Soros, born in Georgi Schwartz, or his name his name was Georgi Schwartz, August 12th, 1930, Budapest, Kingdom of Hungary, age 94 years old. West Webb flute player. Yeah, someone West for some reason. Maybe I missed. Maybe I was mid thread, but for some reason just mentioned Yanni, and apparently I was right. I said he's a flautist of some sort. Nick Rich says, does Ttucker John have the same access to his moderators do regarding blocking and reading block stuff, asking for a lurking lurker? I see it all, Nick. I can see it all. I'm skipping down, so I'm skipping chats, just so you know, because I am a half hour behind, and I think I'm getting low on battery. I missed what it was at. It might have been 20%. So we are getting low on the battery. I still haven't gotten my double dong yet, my double dingle dong yet. So, speaking of that, my also my iPad's down to 27%, and I rely on this iPad to read your chat. So I can at least plug in the iPad. There. West Webb, I am still king of the trolls, but the real title belongs to Bald Thanos. Whatever. So, Sandy Foltz, where's your new place at? It's in the Las Vegas area. It is further away from the Strip. I don't like it. I really don't like it because it's out on Boulder Highway, and it's way. I like being close to the Strip, and here I can walk. I've walked to the Strip from here before. You guys have seen me do it. I like being close enough where I could walk to the strip. But I really, like I said, I put myself in this predicament. I put myself in this situation. I can't get to the places I really want to. Like right now, I have to kind of take what I can get. And this place that I'm going to, if it does work out, is probably the best place, to be right now. But it's even further. It's like another, I don't know, 7 miles even further from here, east of the strip, and I don't really like that. But I can't be too picky right now. I can't be too picky. Aaron West says, I don't think Johnny will do a regular Saturday show. I wouldn't change anything. Okay. All right. Yeah, so that was a one-off, I guess, apparently. Diane Russell said, I hope he's still here, Soulcraft. He's 98. I don't know who we're talking about. We just talked about George Soros being 94. Oh, maybe Mel Brooks, because someone talked about Spaceballs 2. Damon Dog Taxi Driver, you talking to me? You talking to me? Wes Webb Pelicar, my host, expressed that he might take me anywhere. His name also was Wes. Janet Bay says, Ttucker John, let's make pot your wheelhouse, TJ. No thanks. Roxanne Epstein says, and Jen Up the Base will come to Vegas and shack up with you for a Weed 420 immersion course to get you up or down to speed. No, thank you. I will pass. I am a driver by profession. I do not need to have any type of fucking drugs in my system. Now, granted, I don't believe I'm subject to any drug testing with this job. I don't recall them saying that would happen. I know in truck driving, I was always uh, subject to random drug tests as a truck driver. So no, thank you. I don't need that in my life. Gary kind of call it Gary Johnny is non-political, very much so. He keeps it all just about the music, and I think that's a great tact. I'm skipping down. I'm still a half hour behind, probably. Roxanne Epstein says, Jen of the Base for sure, babe. It's our wheelhouse. We are qualified medically and recreationally. Great idea, and we can see Vegas. I've never been. Hey, if you guys want to come down, and we can hang out. But I'm not. I'm not. I, well, knowing me, I would probably smoke out with you a little bit, but you know, because I like the party, but I'm just not into the whole like sativa and indica and THC levels, and this is like the shit, man. And I just don't do all that shit. I don't give a fuck about names and shit. If you're gonna pass me a fucking bong to hit, I'll probably hit it, but I don't give a fuck about all the science behind it, I guess. But also, I got to be careful. I am a driver by profession, so I can't do anything that's gonna jeopardize that. Even though there are lots of drivers apparently that don't give a fuck, but I do give a fuck. Wes Webb, it's time to say goodbye. No auto tune. That's just a AI created voice. That's not my voice, by the way. If people think that that's me singing, that's not me singing. Although I think I could probably give that a pretty good. I could probably sing that pretty close, maybe to that. Maybe I don't know. It's time to say goodbye. No, I suck. But yeah, that's all AI. It's not autotune. Although it might be mincing words. It is probably like an autotune for that AI voice. It's probably like it's the same technology, probably. Because there are a couple times, I don't know if it's in that song, but in some of those AI songs that I've made, you can kind of hear the like that kind of weird thing that it does, the auto tune does. Roxanne Epstein, but to type W, such clarity and accuracy, drunk screams meds to me. Lots of them. Oh yeah, I think there's lots of meds involved when we talk about W. Maybe I don't know, but still thankful for the donation today. Um, Jen of the Base, Roxanne Epstein, holy shit, you and George Soros have the same birthday. Can we get paid overtime for protesting? Chris Duggs, this is the Ttucker John Livestream, folks. Yes, it is. Thanks for reminding me and reminding everyone, Chris Dugg. This is the Ttucker John Livestream. Let's get to 5 billion subscribers. Nick Rich, 1 o'clock in Vegas, so I'm 6 minutes behind. Let me go ahead and we probably will call an end to the show before the battery dies. I don't like it when the battery just dies and the show just goes blank, and then it takes forever for it to download back into the YouTube channel and all that. So it's better for me to end the show before the battery dies. Someone please remind me to get my double dong. And, and I'm not talking. It's not a sex thing. It's the thing where you can plug into the phone and it has like a splitter type of thing, and I can have the charger on at the same time as I have the mic Bluetooth. I'm not sure if that would work on that though. Well, I don't know, but remind me to try to do something. Sandy Foltz, your voice don't suck. You have a great voice. Thank you, Sandy Foltz. I appreciate the compliment. All right, guys. I think we should end it before the show dies. I want to thank everyone for being here. All 34 of you, 60 thumbs ups, and there will be more that will pop in. We might get a couple hundred folks to pop in. If you do pop in, try to pop in for not just 2 seconds. Try to pop in for a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes. It's just better for the algorithm. It's a little better for the algorithm. So if you do pop in for a couple minutes. Of course, this is the very end of the show. So if you are one of those people that watches the playback or clicks on the playback, and you're only in for like 2 seconds, then you don't even know what I'm saying right now. And I could say the worst things about you right now. All you people that don't watch the show live and you come in and you just watch the first 2 seconds, I could just say so much awful things about you right now, and you would never know. You would never know. That's why it's important to watch the show all the way through. Because just in case, because I might say bad things about you. Brooklyn coming in with a 99-cent super sticker at the last second here. Brooklyn, thank you so much. Yippee to Brooklyn, 99-cent. With a some sort of a happy face with dollar signs in the eyes. We're seeing dollar signs, folks. We're just seeing dollar signs. Thank you, Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the house. What are you kidding me? What are you kidding me? Brooklyn with the donations. You kidding me? I'm trying to get somebody else to come in here. It's not happening. Why is it not happening? Where's the thing? Where's the thing with the thing? I'm trying to find the thing. What happened to the thing? There's the thing. I'm seeing some things now. I'm seeing some things. For some reason, we got a really slow connection going on here. It's really slow. What are you kidding me? What are you kidding me? Where's the thing with the thing? I'm not seeing the thing. I'm getting pretty angry. Oh, here we go. First of all, I would just like to say, the thing is really slow today. I need the elevator here. There you go. Thank you so much. Everyone who has donated to the show. Thank you, everyone who's just been here hanging out, liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting in the chat room. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of y'all, all y'alls. You guys are awesome. Boston Brian is on 5 to 6 Eastern today. That's right, Boston Brian on the road trip. Him and Mel coming out to California. Those are interesting. Don O'Leary is going to see House. Are you talking about Nerd Halen? Don, thanks for being here. By the way, I don't think so. I've already said that I'm not going to because I have to work today. So I probably won't. I would love to. And there's a PayPal account there, Aaron West. Thank you, Aaron, for putting that up there. But yeah, again, so just once again, guys, thank you so much for being here. And there's another one. This one here actually says, thank you so much. Thank you all. I love you all. You guys are great. Even you Giants fans. As much as it may pain me, I still love you guys. So thanks for being here. And make sure we subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers. I'm waiting. There we go. What do you, Ttucker John? You make me laugh with your 5 million subscriber. You're lucky to even get the 3,800 you got, pal. So, don't press it. Don't press it, pal. But anyhow, I just want to come in and say a quick thanks to everybody. Also, all you cookie lovers out there, just want to say thanks. I got to go because I think the battery's down to like 2%. So I just wanted to come in real quick and say thanks, everybody. Thanks for all the donations. Thanks for all your cookie love over the years. Has it been years already? Yeah, I guess it has. But thanks, everybody. Thanks for loving the cookie. Who doesn't love the cookie? Also, I would like to say a special thank you to everybody being here today. Thanks for the donations. And I'm just glad you're here. I'm glad you guys. I'm glad. It makes me happy. It warms the. What is it? Cockles? It warms my cockles of my heart to see all the trucker love going on. So, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out with us, and hopefully we'll see you again on. I think the next one's going to be Monday. Trucker John, what's the times again? Can you remind everybody of the times? Sure thing, Paul, the purple bird guy. I will. We will be back on Monday, I believe. I think we're just going to go 11 a.m. Pacific time and see how that goes on Monday. All right, I'll see you guys then. Thank you guys so much for all the stuff. Chris Doug, special effects are state of the art here. Absolutely, you're not going to find anything more high tech than the Ttucker John show. All right, guys, thanks so much. Now here's the part where we get a little interactive. You guys get your pad out. See how old-fashioned I am? I actually still write on pads, actual paper pad. And I actually use pen and paper. You guys are probably going, why? What's he talking about? Well, I can just type it into some thing here. But anyhow, whatever it is, however you do it, write this down because you want to save it. Words of wisdom. Ttucker John's daily words of wisdom. Okay, are you guys ready? All right, so here we go. So for